This is day 4 at lunchtime, sitting outside the cafe at Tomatin. Unfortunately, for reasons I don't quite understand, but I've managed to lose all of the video footage and photographs that I took up until yesterday. So just to run through what we've done so far while I can remember it, we first of all arrived on Sunday rather than early Monday morning on the aeroplane, because of the volcanic ash cloud coming from Iceland meant that flights from Bristol were cancelled. So John and I drove up in a people carrier on Sunday afternoon with all 3 bikes, reassembled them on Monday morning, whilst Martin, having done the 3 Peaks challenge the preceding 2 days, came up by train. And then round about 2 o'clock in the afternoon we started. Barry had an even more arduous journey to get to Glasgow. He was due to come on Monday morning as well. Got an alternative flight 10 o'clock Sunday morning. Got to the departure gate when they were told that the flight had been cancelled. So he then made his way to Larne, caught the ferry to Scotland, and then train up to Glasgow. On Monday we left at about 2, cycled to Aberfoyle, where we had our first night, at a nice guest house. Nice meal, steak and chips, at a funny place that used to be a pharmacy, where they no longer, they don't have an alcohol licence, so they give you a bottle of wine with the meal. Then on Tuesday we had a reasonably early start and a very, very tough beginning to the day, with a steep climb up out of Aberfoyle. We cycled all the way to Aberfeldy, which was round about 67 miles, with 8,500 feet of climbing, and a fantastic lunch at a place called Loch Ernhead en route. Out of Loch Ernhead there were some very steep and arduous zigzags to get back up onto the track, and then we had a gentle incline down towards Loch Tay. Loch Tay we expected to be the easiest bit of the day, going along the shores of it, but it was actually constantly up and down, and after all the climbing that we'd previously done, was quite hard work. Then on Tuesday night we stayed with Jeanette Hardy in Aberfeldy. She gave us a tenner for the charity, and we had another good solid breakfast to set us on our way to get to Aviemore. We had an absolutely exhilarating day, climbing up to the top of the Tomatin Pass, which is the highest point of our journey and the highest point apparently of the National Cycle Network, and then a long run down to Aviemore. We tried to stop for lunch at a place called Calvine, the Struan Inn at Calvine, where we were told in no uncertain terms by a woman who was still in her night clothes that the place wasn't open. So we had some bits and pieces outside there, and Barry found this absolutely fantastic cafe the other side of Tomatin Pass, a place called Dalwhinnie, which has its own distillery, so I'm determined to try Dalwhinnie whisky. Fantastic cafe where Martin and I had mid-afternoon stew, and this fantastic beef stew, in a very comfortable cafe that was really set up for the likes of us and walkers. And then we had a comfortable run down to Aviemore, where we had we stopped by the Ruthven Barracks, where a cow was keeping guard, a Highland cow was keeping guard, preventing various people from getting into the barracks. Then a straightforward run to Aviemore, where we had another fantastic meal at a pub that Martin spotted. and a night at the youth hostel. After we were told that the youth hostel only provided continental breakfasts, we gave that a miss and went into the Mountain Cafe in the middle of Abbey Mall, where we had an absolutely first-rate breakfast of sausage, black pudding, bacon, beans, tomato, egg and all the rest of it, and then made our way to here where we are now. Poor old Martin's had problems with his front wheel, and as I'm speaking he's now in the process of trying to mend that, and I'll go and take a little bit of footage of him doing so. Anyway, this is where we are. We've just had news that we're up to 8250. We've had donations. In fact, one of the most memorable donations that we've had was yesterday, coming up towards Blair Athol, where an old bloke from Northumberland was cycling, and asked me what we were up to and why, and just reached into his back pocket and gave us a £5. And Barry was saying that he's been given another £5 today as a result of people seeing the posters on the car. Anyway, Martin's over here, an expert at work. And here's my trusty steed.